My name is Priskano. I'm a senior lab technician and welcome to my channel Priskano Chem. So for the past 3 to 4 years of working in the lab, I realized that most chemistry education students don't appreciate the practicals they do in the lab. Some don't even know the relevance of the practicals they do. So their attitude towards practical work is very bad. So I wanted to find out what are the courses. So I interacted with some of the students of all levels, and I observed that most of these students didn't do any practical in the secondary school because they didn't have labs. Those who have labs too, they don't have technicians to assist them in practical work. And the chemistry teachers who can also assist too, most of them don't know how to prepare solutions. So when it is time for practical, they vanish. You don't see them on campus. So my colleagues and we decided to create this channel to prepare all the chemistry practical that are done at the secondary level. So anytime any student is confused about the practical that they are done at the secondary school, they can easily come to my channel and download some of these practicals. And if you are a chemistry teacher who cannot teach your student how to prepare solution, don't worry, we are going to teach how to prepare a standard solution on my channel, so that anytime you forget, you can easily come back and watch the videos. I will not be doing this alone. I'll be doing with my colleagues who are not currently here. So in my subsequent videos, I will introduce them. So today's activity is about identification of glasswares. Identification of glasswares. As a science student, as a chemistry education student, and as a teacher, you should be familiar with some of the glasswares that are being used in the chemistry lab. You should know their uses. So we are starting with this. This is a Winchester bottle. Winchester bottle. Some students call it a reagent bottle. No, this is not a reagent bottle. This is a Winchester bottle. Winchester bottle normally contains stock solution. So if you see any bottle which is as big as this and with the same color as this, it is a Winchester bottle, not a reagent bottle. So my next glassware is a reagent bottle. So these two bottles are reagent bottles. Reagent bottles. We have two types. We have the clear and the amber. This is clear because it is transparent. You can see through it. And this is amber because you cannot see through it. Now there are some chemicals that are light sensitive, and those chemicals we don't store them in the clear because it will decompose. So such chemicals we store them in the amber reagent bottles. So these two are reagent bottles. You see, if you compare it with the Winchester bottle, you will see that they are two different bottles altogether. They are not the same. So this is a reagent bottle, and this is a Winchester bottle. This is also another type of reagent bottle. It is very small, smaller as compared to the two here. So this is a reagent bottle. My next item is a wash bottle. Wash bottle, as the name implies. We normally fill this with distilled water. So after working with a glassware and you don't want to go to the tap to rinse it, you already have water in this. So you just press the middle. When you press the middle, water will come out from this and use it to rinse your glassware. So this is a wash bottle. My next is measuring cylinder. This is my measuring cylinder. It comes with different sizes. We have 1000 ml, 2000 ml. This is 10. What I have here is 10 and 25. So this is 10 ml measuring cylinder, and this is 25 ml measuring cylinder. They are made of glass. Anyway, moving to the next glassware is my separating funnel. My separating funnel. This is used to separate two immiscible liquids. Two immiscible liquids. This is a separating funnel. So you open it, then you close the tap before you fill it with your mixture. You close it. Okay. This is a separating funnel for separating two immiscible liquids. My next glassware is a petri dish. This is a petri dish. Petri dish. Petri dish. We use petri dish in the chemistry lab. It's not only biology lab that we use this. You use petri dish in the chemistry lab. If you want to dry any substances under the sun, you can put it in the petri dish and dry it. This is a watch glass. A watch glass. A watch glass. It also serves the same purpose as the petri dish. A watch glass. This is a watch glass. And we have the round bottom flask. Round bottom flask. Round bottom flask. I know you have seen it in books. No, the bottom is round. That's why it's called round bottom flask. And the twin sister is flat bottom flask. That's the twin sister. So basically the difference between these two is that the round bottom flask, the bottom is round, and for the flat is flat. Technically, let me say it like that. So you can see that they all have the spherical body, just that the bottom is flat. And the round bottom flask, it has a longer neck as compared to the round bottom flask. It has a longer neck than this one. So this is a round bottom flask. This is a flat bottom flask. Alright, my next item is a tongue. A tongue. It looks like a scissors, but it's not a scissors. It's called a tongue. Now, if you want to pick a hot sample from a solution or from fire, you don't use your hand. You use a tongue to hold it. So this is a tongue. And this is a test tube holder. Test tube holder. Test tube holder. I have a test tube here. So we use this test tube holder to hold the test tube. So if you want to warm something in a water bath, you use the test tube holder to hold the test tube. So this is how it works. So this is a test tube. So my next glassware will be boiling tube. Boiling tube. It looks like the test tube, but the difference between the boiling tube and the test tube is that the boiling tube is a little bit bigger than the test tube. The shape is the same, just that the boiling tube, which is this one, is bigger as compared to the test tube. That's it. Alright, I move to a condenser. This is a condenser. A condenser. When you are doing distillation, you come across a condenser. This is it. You have the inlet and the outlet. Inlet and the outlet. This is we have different types of condensers, but this is the simple one that is used for distillation. And I have my mercury thermometer here. Mercury thermometer. It's mercury because the liquid here is mercury. It's mercury. And this is a bulb. You can see there are some calibrations on it. Yes, that is a thermometer. This is what we use in the lab. Then I have my pipette here. Pipette, a very popular pipette. This is 25 ml. We have 20 ml as well, but this is what we use in the lab for titration. And my next item, which is the pipette bulb or suction bulb. This is what we use to fill the pipette. You fix it like this. In the secondary school, we were not having this, so we were using our mouth to pipette. But here in the tertiary, we don't do that. We don't use our mouth, to pipette. We use the pipette bulb. So I'll teach you how to use it in my subsequent videos. So my next item will be a burette. Yes, this is one of the common glasswares you can find in the chemistry lab, burette, which is used for titration. We have the one with tap and the one without the tap. We have both of them, but for demonstration purposes, I would like to use the tap because it's very easy to use. This is the tap. You can control it, the opening and the closing. It's very flexible. Then we move to mortar and pestle. Mortar and pestle for grinding substances in the lab. If you have a solute and you want it to be fine means that it should be in the powdered form. You use the mortar and pestle to grind it. So this is a mortar and a pestle. So this is how we do the grinding. We grind it. Alright. And this is a stirring rod. Most students call it stirrer, please. The right name is stirring rod. It's made of glass, so when you're handling, you have to be very careful. It's a stirring rod. Alright, then I'll come to a volumetric flux. In front of me here is a volumetric flux. We have different sizes. This is 2000 ml volumetric flux. We use this when we want to prepare solution in large quantities. That's when we use this. But when student comes in the lab to prepare standard solution, we give them the 250 because you can easily handle it. So this is 250. We even have 100 ml volumetric flux, but the common ones here is the 250. That's what we used. And I have my funnel here, as usual, funnel, very common. And my Elymea flux or conical flux. This is 250. We have 100, we have 50, this is 250, and this is what we use in the lab. And I have here capillary tubes. It's very small. Capillary tubes. In books you see it to be very big, like a test tube. And it's very small. This is a capillary tube. One of the practicals that we do here, which is melting point determination. We fill samples in these capillary tubes. Again, in my subsequent videos, we'll perform the melting point determination. You will see how we'll fill this capillary tube with samples. Yes, it's very small and narrow. Yeah, this is a capillary tube. This is a capillary tubes. Okay. And this here is Beaker. Yes, very popular Beaker. We have the 250 ml and the 2000. Yes, they are all Beakers. We use in the lab. Then I have my retort stand. This is the retort stand, and this is the clamp. This is made of wood. We have some that is made of metal. But the common ones we have here is this one. Is made of wood. You can easily dismantle it and rearrange it. So this is a retort stand with a clamp. So this is a clamp. This part is the clamp. Yes. Then I come to my filter paper. And this is a filter paper. We use it to filter solutions. This is a filter paper. So this is how we fold the filter paper. You know, it's round. So if you want to fold it, you fold it into two. Like this. You fold it. So like this, you fold it into two. Okay. Then you fold it again. So that it will look like a cone. Like this. Then you open one part of it. Then you fix it into a funnel. Like this. You fix it into a funnel. Then you use it for filtration. So this is a filter paper. This is how we fold the filter paper. Alright. So the last glassware that I will introduce, which is not the least anyway, is my desiccator. This is a desiccator. The desiccator is used to dry substances in the lab. That's the desiccator for drying substances in the lab. So guys, this is all about identification of glasswares. We have other glasswares around, but those glasswares are not used in the secondary schools. We use them in the tertiary schools, you know. So at your level, this is what you are supposed to know. These are very common in almost every chemistry lab, so you should know this at your fingertips. So I hope this video was useful. Please subscribe to my channel, Priskano Chem. The spelling of the Priskano is Priskano, and the Chem is Chem. Please subscribe. Tell your friends to subscribe. Those who are about to go to secondary schools, chemistry teachers, please tell your students about it. Tell your fellow teachers about my channel, and go there and download all the chemistry practical that are done at the senior high schools. If you have any question, please drop all your questions on the comments, and I'll be glad to answer your questions. If you know of any practical and you want me to perform it, please tell me, and I'll be glad to do that. I'll perform any practical you want me to perform. Please tell me and I'll do it. And thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time in my next video. It's bye bye for now.